Listen up, Cluckheads.
You're listening to Whiskey and Whine
With Rooster and
The Madman, where we talk about common sense, current events,
the Constitution, and
morals, while comparing drinks of yesteryear to drinks of today.
so sit back, relax, leave us a comment.
Here comes Whiskey and Whine. Yeah, so anyway, so he takes her back, and it's like 50 Shades of Overlord in the dungeon, right? And whenever they get to the dungeon, and all of a sudden, like, he gets back there, it turns out she's was
You idiots are on air.
Oh, yeah. Welcome back, Cluckheads. You know who we are. You know what we do.
common sense,
Constitution.
current events, and
Morals. You
There-
just
yeah.
heard morals.
Morals is actually in the room here, and we have a special guest tonight. We have Phil from work.
Yes.
It's a Scandinavian name. That's his God-given Christian name.
Yeah.
Yeah.
From
So-
work.
From work.
Comes long line of workers.
Yeah, so it's from work. So once again, just to kind of remind everybody, we're not doing the high-end, low-ends like we normally do, because this is our first annual Clucktoberfest. You know, since the real one in Germany is apparently not happening, we just got to step up.
Das COVID.
Das COVID. But I'll tell you what, the Das Clucktoberfest, so far it's been good. Oh, and I'm actually getting us some Das boots.
Sweet.
Yeah,
Sweet.
getting us some DOS
That's
boots.
cool.
We need some DOS boots.
Yeah, we need to have like a full-fledged beer fest drinking contest at Oktoberfest. We can have the DOS boot at the end. We can just turn
Yeah,
into
so-
seeing that movie.
yeah.
So, maybe bring in some lightweight guys to drink some Zima against us or something. They still make that.
Yeah, you know what? We could probably get Ringmaster. I heard that's his drink of choice. Is he goes hard on Zimas. Sometimes he gets crazy and he even puts the little Jolly Ranchers in them to get the different flavors.
Jolly Rancher. Remind me to cover my drink every time I'm around.
That's not a Jolly Rancher.
To get one of those little special caps I've seen that you can put on your drinks.
we can bring the Overlord. We can bring the Overlord and the Ringmaster, and they can go hard on the Zimas. And, we'll get whatever our first Oktoberfest that we crown the winner is for our
Stop
Clucktoberfest.
saying go hard on the Zimas.
What? Well, I'm not supposed. Oh, hold on. I got moral checked over here by saying go hard on the Zimas. So I'm not supposed to say go hard on the Zimas anymore.
Don't say it anymore. Remember, we're talking about beers.
Yeah, we're talking about some beers here. So okay, Rooster, it's time to get serious on this.
Yes,
So
serious.
so once again, we're not comparing high end, low end. We're pretty much comparing apples to apples. Normally we do the high end, low ends, and that. The Rooster always tries to catch me in the middle of like drinking and tries to get me to choke something. Don't know where that came from. But anyway, better to choke the madman than choke the rooster. The morals always say. So anyway, so
Too easy. You're killing me.
So our two beers this week that have been brought to us from the Morals, because she has her Bavarian Honky Tonk Bar Association as well.
Das Honky Tonk
The
Association.
first one, so both of these are Fort Worth beers.
Schnell and Das. That's all I got on.
Schnell and Das.
Schnell, Das.
It's
Yeah. 9.
9
Yes.
and Papers.
Papers. Let me see. We'll get to those later.
All right, so come on, let's get our schnitzel together.
Yeah.
So
Schnitzel.
we have our two beers. They are from right here in Fort Worth. They're North Texas beers. The first one from Rhar and Sons Brewing Company. It's their Oktoberfest. Do you pronounce that Martzen lager? Martzen?
Yeah, sure. It's got
Okay.
those two little funny dots on there.
It's called an umlaut. Thank you.
Yeah, whatever.
This is a 12-ouncer.
I'm Das American, so.
And yeah, we talked about that last week. And,
yeah. But yeah, no, it's pretty cool. And it's got this little pretzel emblem on it, which I'm not sure.
yeah, I noticed the little
cool.
pretzel emblem.
Makes me want pretzel.
It's like there's nothing about the can that just says that it's bad. I mean, and of course, it's got my favorite little thing on there that Rhar does, the Prost, y'all.
Yeah, Prost, y'all.
So,
cool.
you know what? I'm going to open it.
Yeah.
I'm going for it.
Just like a beer should sound.
All right, time for the Biden sniff test. I'm going to pretend that this is never mind.
Smells like a good Oktoberfest
beer. It smells like a good Oktoberfest beer, and it smells like it's got like some type of like. It almost smells like it's got like a citrus or a flower or something in there.
It's definitely got a kind of a citrus to it.
Yeah. I'm definitely giving myself some more head this week than what I did last week. Last week, Rooster got more head than I did, and that was just. I was kind of disappointed, but now, if you notice, that's a nice big head.
Yeah.
Look at that. That's good. Oh, look at the color.
It's killing me, guys.
Hey man, I was clucking mad last week. I'm not as clucking mad this week. It's just it's been a week. All right.
No, it's good. I mean, yeah, it
looks like once again.
It's a good color.
It looks like it's a Shiner Bock color.
Not quite as dark as Shiner Bock.
No, it's not quite as dark.
And this is what 4 point or what is this 5?
6.7.
6.7. Oh,
but now this is where the can versus what they have on their website's different. Because on the website, if you look it up, I think it says 5.5. But on the can itself, it says 6.7.
I'm going with
so
the can.
I'm going to go with the can. So, but yeah, I mean it has a nice color, nice smell. I mean, I could see myself eating some brats of this.
Yes.
All right. So what you got over there?
Oh, okay. I thought maybe we were in drink, but guess not.
No. How do you break the rules on your own?
I don't know, man. I see an open beer, I smell it. I'm like
from episode 1 to episode 25. This has been our clucking show, and somehow every week you still get it messed up somehow.
I'm just consistent.
That is true.
Yeah, can't complain about consistency.
You might not be precise, but you're accurate.
Exactly. All right, so the next one is Mondlift, Oktoberfest. Little tagline: "Get a whirl." From Wild Acre Brewing right here in Fort Worth. Also just like Rhar here is out of Fort Worth. And this one is 5.7, and these are both seasonal beers. They only do it once a year. So this one's
is that the State Fair Ferris wheel on there?
I think that's what it is, or it's the one out there off of 121 at Shields where they're they got a little mini one out there. But no, I mean this is a pretty cool one. I mean it's got the lesser colors of the Bavarian.
Oh yeah, the lesser coat of arms, like what we talked about last.
So that's kind of cool.
Yeah.
It's really bright pink, so that one's kind of throwing me off a little bit.
It doesn't look like it would be an Oktoberfest.
It really it seems like if Miami Vice was having Oktoberfest back in like 1986 or something like that.
Little Don Johnson with the white
Crockett and Tubbs out there.
We can get a Ferrari.
A little Miami Schnitzel on the boat.
Pretty sure that's not what they call Miami Schnitzel.
Yeah, it's probably something you got to see a doctor and get rid of if you get the Miami Schnitzel.
Yeah. Like, Doc, I don't know what caused this. Well, here's some penicillin. You got the Miami Schnitzel.
What if the Miami Schnitzel's prickly on the inside?
Pretty sure that it would leave you prickly on the insides.
So, anyways, let's give this one. Let's crack it open.
Let's give it an open here.
Sounds just like the other one.
I don't know. Wasn't as impressed with that one.
Smells very similar. Not as citrusy.
It doesn't smell as citrusy, but it's got something else in it. Maybe more of like that IPA type smell.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Let's give it a pour.
Let's give it a pour. Let's give it a pour.
It's got a really good color for being an Oktoberfest.
It does. It has a I think
it's pretty much the same color.
I think it's darker.
Well, the glass is a little bit tinted on that one, but I think
your glass is tinted.
All right. So.
No, that's definitely a darker color.
Definitely. It is. When you smell comparison, I mean, without tasting them, there's absolutely difference in smells now after you get them in the glass.
Once they kind of aerate.
Yeah, the Rhar smells a lot stronger.
Like how I pronounce that, Morals? Aerate? Since you're correcting us on everything else. That is not very moral-like of you. I saw that bird fly through here.
Hey, your aerate's showing.
How are your aerations?
We haven't even started drinking yet.
It's just been one of them weeks. All right. So, you know what we do? Common sense, current events, Constitution, and
morals. Yeah.
Morals.
You ready to jump into the topic, or we take a drink first?
You know what? Let's take a drink first.
All right.
We're going to go with
Rhar's first.
So I would like to say that we are supporting our Paws in the City. So, Mark, if you're listening, all of us have our Rhar Oktoberfest in our Deep Elling Brewing Company glasses from Paws in the City. Yeah. So here's some Clucktoberfest clinkage.
Prost, y'all.
Prost, y'all. Let's take a sip of this. Okay, I was not expecting that. That I was not expecting.
My glass is defective again because my sips always end up like half the glass.
It's almost like it's got pumpkin in it. Yeah, it's not.
It's barley.
It's not a pumpkin beer.
It's barley. What I'm tasting. It's very heavy. It's very heavy in barley.
All right, so
it's good.
Let's jump into some topics. Let me go ahead and get our timer up here. We have to get it going. So tell you what.
Let me do it.
Yeah, you can start it. Why not?
All right. So
timer's going.
For those of you out there who do social media, you might have noticed that Facebook went down.
What?
Yeah, it's really weird. If you try to get on there the other day, the whole thing was just pretty much gone.
Now, I like that you chose a very interesting set of words there.
Yes.
You didn't say down. It was almost like if you looked at the DNS server that it was completely gone off the internet.
Yeah, it's like someone erased it and unplugged it and set it on fire or something and then tried to rebuild it when they brought it back. But I'm sure it has nothing to do with the whistleblower that had been on 60 Minutes the night before, and the fact that they lost 5 point, or was it how many billions?
By the end of the day, they had lost tons. I know that.
Or maybe it was close to
Zuckerberg himself personally had lost like almost 8.5.
Yeah,
billion.
it was billions. They lost on that one. But yeah, I mean, the weird thing is, to your point when you said the gone, I did choose my words on that one because, again, all of these cloud server banks and stuff like that, they said it was absolutely like everything had just been unplugged. And then there was the weird rumor that the employees couldn't get into the building because their badge system was offline too. And I don't know why their badge system will be tied to Facebook.
That is another
because I've worked in IT and in corporate environments, and they're absolutely security systems are absolutely different than your website.
Sitting here that work in IT, we have the Morals and we have Phil from work. Have y'all ever heard of anything like that? That whenever like the company goes down, that your badges don't work just to get into the building? Yeah.
All right. Well, maybe we're out. The only time that my badge got turned off, they told me not to come back. But
you know what? That was Tijuana. You were 22.
Yeah, it was weird, but whatever.
It was a bad deal. I'll never will forget that. The look on that iguana's face.
But yeah, so I mean, we had that, and so you had all that thing, and it turns out on this whistleblower, some of this information she had out there is, she has some interesting things to say.
And then she also went before the Senate the next day.
Yeah, the next day, which is again all coincidental. I'm sure it's all.
You
know
what else was very coincidental? The Pandora Papers leak.
Oh yeah, So,
and that happened the same time that all of a sudden Facebook and Instagram and WhatsApp were just gone.
It's weird.
From the internet.
A data leak dump that would, dump millions of documents about billionaires across 90 countries and world leaders. And
not
proof
just
of,
millions, 12 million estimated documents.
Yeah, and it's all about billionaires and government politicians, and it's all the proof of where they're hiding their money and how they've been laundering it and avoiding taxes.
Our guest tonight also pointed out that there was one law firm, that had set up, wasn't it 3,926 shell companies that were
396 offshore, yeah,
by one law firm company, and they went back and they traced it to Panama, and they were linked to a former U.S. official.
Yeah, the ambassador. And ambassador. I don't know if it was the Panamanian ambassador.
Well,
but, it's weird because didn't we have a little weird thing with Panama back in the day?
Yeah.
A guy named Noriega or something, and legal money and narcotics.
Yeah.
And, yeah, it's crazy.
I mean,
yeah.
That whole war on drugs.
Again, guys, cocaine. These are all just a series of coincidences.
It was just a coincidence that with the Pandora paper leak, it was almost $32 trillion, up to $32 trillion of untaxed and laundered money. So to put this into perspective, if each one of those dollars were a second, that would be about 1,014,713 years.
Well, you know how many years that people are going to get for this one?
Oh, it's about how many years are going to go to prison?
Yeah,
none, zero.
No. They're all going to go away, just like the trail of Facebook and its pay for play program that they might have been doing.
And Epstein, no.
Yeah, I heard this ugly rumor or coincidence that he committed suicide right at the same time that he had a lot of dirt on people.
Somewhat. It's
and
crazy.
All the cameras didn't work, so like the bats, their cameras didn't work, so it is tied together.
So I wonder if the cameras were working inside the Facebook building whenever all this mysteriously happened.
They're probably tied to that badge system.
But what about all the business owners that they use Facebook and Instagram and WhatsApp to sell their products and stuff? They just lost thousands of dollars. Now, granted, to Zuckerberg, that's a drop in the bucket.
It's nothing.
That's nothing. But
but he didn't think it's $5.5 billion. He lost nothing.
And our timer just went off. All right.
So I'm digging the Oktoberfest so far.
I think that my glass somehow got the same defect that yours did.
Yeah, it's weird. I like it. All right. Well, so ready to try the next one, or you want to do another topic?
No, same. We do this. We have this mother clucking conversation every clucking week.
But look at it; it's just sitting there looking at me.
Then let's try it, and then we'll go into the next topic.
I'm in with that one.
All right. So clinkage for Clucktoberfest. No, we don't say pro show on this one. We say
it.
Give it a whirl. That's what it's on there.
Give it a whirl, y'all.
Give it a whirl, y'all.
Not bad.
Not bad, but it's very flat.
It's different. Yes, malty. That's a good word for it. So,
like those dogs. Maltese. Yeah. I don't know. It's different. Let me take another sip. The side by side is going to be interesting. Now, what I did notice on both of our glasses, this one didn't have a defect, though.
No, it didn't. This one is not. I hate to say it because they're both here from Fort Worth, and we don't have a low end and a high end. It's not as flavorful as a Rhar. And I've had the Rhar Oktoberfest before. I've tracked it down when they do it once a year. And it wasn't my favorite of the Oktoberfest, but...
You know what, though? And this is before we do the side-by-side, so this is just my opinion on this. If we were going to have a sipping beer to have, through an entire, German meal, because this doesn't go down quite as flavorful as the Rhar, this would probably be a really good one for, eating to.
Yeah, it's not as heavy.
Yeah. But you know what? Let's get in this next topic.
Yeah,
and we'll continue to
still a good beer
to have some of this Clucktoberfest Mondlift.
Yeah, that one.
Yeah, that one.
The topic number 2 here for episode 25.
Oh yeah, the Biden-Harris approval rating down to a record
38%.
I'm sure that this has
10 months in, under 10 months in, and at 38 clucking percent.
I'm sure this has nothing to do with.
Come on, man.
Come on, man. You know what? You know who could solve all this?
Corn Pop.
Corn Pop.
Yeah, I bet you Corn Pop. You know what? Maybe Corn Pop. He was one of the guys that did the poll. He probably took the poll.
He probably did. People were scared of him because Corn Pop's a bad dude.
Yeah. Yeah, he is a bad dude. And Delaware is the most dangerous place you could apparently ever live.
Those wild gangs roving the streets of Delaware.
Those marauding gangs of Delaware.
I can't think of Delaware without thinking of Wayne's World and be like, look, we're in Hawaii.
Yeah.
And now we're in Delaware. Hey, look, we're in Delaware.
Yeah. I think it was Ray Wiley Hubbard had a part in one of his songs.
Yeah.
Who the hell wants to go to Delaware?
Who the hell wants to go to Delaware anyways?
No offense to all my people who might be listening in Delaware. I'm sure it's a fine state.
Tiny.
Yeah. It's dangerous. Stay safe.
Corn Pop. So, he's down to 38%.
Oh, you know what? Let's not beat him up. I mean, he's the president of the United States. So
how about we end on something good?
We'll end on something good, but let's take a moment to talk about all of his accomplishments. You ready?
Okay.
Go.
Oh, Pause. There was,
Yeah, he had the pause program. That was pretty cool.
Yeah.
Pause program. Yeah.
Yeah.
VA's going to pay for service dogs.
Okay, so inflation's up.
I gotta pump those numbers up. Those are rookie numbers in
highest
this racket.
it's been.
It's up. I mean,
mean,
that's up, right?
Breaking records, baby.
Gas prices are high.
Steel
They
prices
keep
are high.
going up too. Steel, lumber, all of it keeps going up.
groceries. I mean,
yeah, kudos, man. I mean,
we had that
setting records.
that $3.5 trillion spending bill that we talked about last week.
That's a great bill.
Apparently it's so great that now 72% of the entire American population don't agree with it.
But it's good to say that 72% don't agree with it, because if you said that the other 23% would agree with it, it would sound too negative.
Moving along, so
It's that new Common Core math.
oh, that's what it is. But that's okay, because in some states now math is racist and it's not really needed.
Yeah,
to
Oregon,
graduate.
I believe it is. I think Oregon
and California.
They're the ones that said it was racist.
But he said in his in his rhetoric this week, if you can call it that, his rambling, that he inherited like 26.12 or 26.19, something like that, $1 billion deficit.
That is horrible.
And it is. But now here's what's funny. Did he inherit that? Didn't he inherit that? Yes. Now, if you compare what happened to the two previous administrations, one of which he was vice president for 8 years, that 8 years raked up over half of that.
Yeah,
he only got like $8 billion something from the previous administration with Trump.
Yeah, $13 billion of something carried over into the Trump administration.
Now, granted, if this was our households, they would have already taken it.
Oh yeah.
I mean, you can't be in deficit and.
Well, maybe we should take the White House, and I don't mean that in a January 6th kind of crazy way. I'm just thinking, to connote cross Canadian ragweed, no house that big should be anywhere other than Fort Worth, Texas.
We do not condone taking that anything. Hold on, I'm pulling up the Wikipedia page.
Am I on it?
It's
me.
We have made the body count page.
Yeah,
now.
I mean, he is so cherished right now at this 38% approval rating. There was this NASCAR event where they were chanting, "Let's go, Brandon."
Is that what you heard?
No, but it's what NBC. God bless NASCAR. Oh,
God bless something.
yeah. I mean, good thing we had a time.
God bless Clucktoberfest.
Clucktoberfest. That's the. Speaking of Clucktoberfest, so Rhar.
I've gone back and forth. I've
Mondlift or
I've done
Mondlift.
I've done 2, 3, or 17 side by sides. The Mondlift.
Hey, nice way to turn it German right there.
Yeah.
Mindlift.
The Give It a Whirl.
Yeah.
I think that the Mad Hen's right. I think that if we're encompassing all of Oktoberfest, that'd be the direction to go, because that'd be the one that would go the best with, like some ham shank and like some like a potato dumpling.
Yeah.
I think that'd be some sour
Irish at this point, but
it's not Irish. I mean, we've already talked about this. No,
always after me, Lucky Charms.
No, that's not even a thing.
All right,
no,
I got it. So you're going with the Mondlift, the Mad Hens about the
but
Mondlift.
that thing that we're talking about as far as like Clucktoberfest.
Yeah.
Being said, I think that if we were like at a German festival and it was just like some pretzels, some spicy mustard, I think that the way to go would be the Rhar. I mean, you can't go wrong with either one.
No, you can go wrong neither way you go with this one. I know you guys are leaning one direction with the Mondlift. It's cool. I'll stand alone and, like the guy who stands for liberty and go with the other one.
That what we're going with?
It's totally fine.
That what you want to do?
You know what? I'm
that what you want to do when Jesus is coming back?
Right. So, I mean, it's nothing new.
All right, so that's what you want to do whenever Jesus is coming back. All right, I got you. No, but I think
yeah,
I think that she's right. I think that if you were having like a full Oktoberfest style meal, then the Mondlift is.
I
the
think
way
if
to
I
go.
wanted to have 9 or 10, the Mondlift would be the way to go. But if I'm just doing a couple, I like the full body filling.
Yeah, if I was only doing 14 or 20, I would go with the Mondlift. But if I was doing, like 12 to 16,
because you got to drive home.
Yeah, you got to drive home from Oktoberfest. I would go with the
We don't
Rhar.
condone drinking and driving children.
We don't.
So, anyways,
wait a minute, are we on that page too?
Yeah, it's all good. Right. It's all good. They're both great beers. Again, no high end, no low end.
Beers.
To annoy the mad hen here. So with that,
does beers annoy her?
I think beers does.
Oh.
Okay, she's got something in her hand, so I'm going to say beer.
She's coming over with a weapon.
Yes. So let's get on to the third
She's
topic.
clucking mad, Rooster.
Clucking mad. Let's get on to the third topic while she just stares at us in anger. So the FBI school. You got the timer ready to go?
Oh, you know what? No, I don't. I'm slacking. I'm sorry.
Slacking.
I was thinking
beer.
I was thinking about my well-being because she's
for my life.
She's prickly on the insides. All right, timer started. Go.
So FBI school board roundup, if you will. So the FBI,
mother clucking FBI.
So the FBI is decided to get involved with the school boards and all the school board meetings per se.
And why wouldn't they?
Well, we covered in one of our early episodes, one of our first episodes, the Loudon, Virginia one, and that got a little tense. With all the 300 parents who wanted to speak and all that kind of stuff. Because it really gets
the one where they shut it
theory.
down and they called the police?
Correct. And they said that this is now closed to public statement, and then you guys...
Even though it was a public forum.
Yeah, even though it was public forum. So
that's crazy.
So Psaki in the White House has stated that the reason the FBI needs to be involved in these school board situations is because... it's illegal to threaten a public official. And they are absolutely right. It is illegal to threaten a public official.
It is illegal.
But... these aren't threatening situations. These are angry parents who don't want critical race theory and vaccination stuff pushed upon their children.
But hold up. If you don't want vaccinations and you don't want critical race theory, then now you can be labeled an extremist and a domestic terrorist.
And I guess that's rightfully so. You should be, because if you don't conform, then obviously you're an extremist. Come on, that's just ridiculous. It's parents don't want these things taught. It's their school districts. It's public school districts. They have a say in this. You don't bring in the FBI because the parents disagree with the curriculum.
You know what? This would go a lot better if you would just comply and agree. We're here for your safety.
So I want all the listeners and all you kiddies out there listening, because your parents probably let you listen to an inappropriate show.
What? We're inappropriate?
No, we're PG-13. We're totally fine.
We're PG-13. We got morals
totally
sitting here at the table with us.
But just remember, kids.
I try to tell that joke about the oven, and she just completely said no.
Skip that. Just remember, kids, in no time in history did any group of people who forced another group of people into compliance, were they the good guys?
Hey, Rooster, I have a question for you.
Yeah.
At any point in history, whenever somebody was limiting your free speech, were they the good guys?
No.
At any point in history, whenever somebody was limiting your right to bear arms, were they the good guys?
Nope.
At any point in history, whenever somebody was limiting which books you could and couldn't read, were they the good guys?
Absolutely not.
Oh.
Yeah. Weird concept, right? But now I can picture is all these school board meetings are going to be filled with these guys with their nice high and tight manicured haircuts,
almost
wearing
like
golf
they were
shorts
agents
and polo shirts, and just kind of fitting out of place. And they all kind of look alike and have the same sunglasses on.
Mr. Anderson.
Exactly. They're going to look just like all those guys that was it the support rally for the January 6th rioters that nobody believed was a real rally. That everybody, all these guys kind of look like feds that were there and FBI agents.
Surely you're not
Didn't look anything like the original January 6th
Hey man, what's your name?
John Smith.
Oh, that's weird. I just met another guy right over here. His name was John Smith.
He's my cousin.
Oh, y'all named after the same person?
Yes.
Oh, is that your uncle over there? He also
just
said
the fact, sir.
Oh, my bad.
So,
my bad.
It's just one of those weird things. But here's the ridiculous thing about the FBI getting involved in the school board things is, yes, threatening a public official is wrong. It is illegal. These public officials, and I'm not condoning threatening them because we're not seeing a whole bunch of that, but I guess they're saying there is. these are local school boards. There is no federal school board. Why would the FBI be involved in things that are local and state matters?
It's almost like
that is
that'd be
out
an
of their
overreach of
It
government.
is absolutely an overreach of government. And again, they're labeling everybody who's against this as extremists, which is just frightening.
Domestic terrorists.
Well, yeah, you can't. How could you get through the day without labeling Americans as domestic terrorists? Because they want to have a say in what their children are taught.
I mean, heaven forbid you use free will, free thinking, and that you have an opinion that's different than the rhetoric, the rambling of everything that's going on. And, I've said it before, I've said it again. Half of these people that are in California that are promoting this, like, in one of the more recent tweets, they're saying if you are unvaccinated at this point, that you are a biological terrorist against the United States of America. At the same time, these are the same people that just passed a law that said that it is okay for you to not share if you have HIV or any other sexually transmitted disease to a partner before you have intercourse with them, even though it will affect them and every other person that they are associated with for the rest of their life.
Yeah, I know we're out of time here, but all I'm going to say to that is don't go chasing waterfalls there, Madman.
Did you just really throw in a Destiny Child? No.
It's TLC.
TLC. Dang it.
Yeah, because, sometimes you just got to creep.
Okay, so I have a bigger question. How did you pull TLC out of how did you know that so fast?
I'm a fan.
Sir, I need the facts.
I'm a fan of TLC. What can I say? I mean, they know how things are going on. He's got a, they wrote this cool little song about this guy. He died of 3 little letters that took him to his grave, and contrary to the wicked hint, it's not the AID.
Wait, what?
No, she'll get mad if I tell the rest of the story. So
nope.
Leave that one alone.
No, we already started this. We already started this.
No, we'll just go. Let's back to the Probst and the Prost y'all and the Rhar.
Prost y'all.
So we had a split decision. I was in the minority of this one, so looks like
yeah.
Most of the
So
crew,
the Mad Hen went with the Mondlift. Mondlift. And I was kind of the tiebreaker on this one.
Cool.
Rooster chose Rhar.
We can disagree.
Yeah, it's cool that I'm right. It's okay. We can meet. We can meet in the middle. I'm right.
It's all right.
Once again, I'm thinking in the spirit of Clucktoberfest. And if you and I were at the ballpark, we were getting a pretzel. This Rhar is absolutely what I would want.
Yeah.
But if we were in a German feast hall and we were having like all the food just laid out on us, I think the hen's correct. I think that it's the Mondlift. That's the way to go.
Again, you cannot go wrong.
You cannot go
with
bad. You cannot make a bad decision that will make you prickly on the insides with either one of these.
Yeah. So just remember, drink responsibly. Over drinking ends up in a dungeon from the Overlord.
What?
Yeah, you won't like it.
No.
Anyway.
Especially if it ends up being that special mix of WD-40 and some 10 WD-40 over.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I appreciate you guys.
Gasoline, styrofoam.
Episode 25.
Episode 25.
25. So, it's been good. 25 episodes. It thinks like we should be celebrating or something.
And, and next week we're doing some more Oktoberfest. Hey, Clucktoberfest. Mad Hen, are we going to do any pumpkin beers, or is it just Oktoberfest beers? Or are we doing the pumpkin beers
later
at the tournament of fermentation?
Simmer down now.
Okay, so she said that Halloween week we're doing some pumpkin beers. All right.
Well, thanks again, everybody listening in.
Episode 25.
25, that's a big deal.
And thanks to everybody listening. And remember, in a world full of chickens,
be a rooster.
You're listening to Whiskey and Wine. Thanks for tuning in to Whiskey and Wine with the Rooster and the Madman, where you can catch brand new episodes every Saturday at 4 p.m. on Deep Dallas Radio on Locked and Loaded with DJ Shane Guns.
Special thanks to our sponsor, GiftedChicken.com, home to all your beard, bath, and body care needs. Veteran owner-operator right here in North Texas. Remember to pick up a bottle of Overlord's Dungeon Oil. It's 100% all natural coconut oil.
Leaves you prickly on the insides.